Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This is the post-game reaction between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars, the team that cursed the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts just could not seem to beat this team. But before I go into it, I would like to appreciate each and every one of your support. Like, comment, subscribe, and share your thoughts about the game in the comment section. What do you think needs to be fixed? Who was the reason? All these things moving forward. I'm pretty sure we all know the same reason, but going into this game, right? The first drive, can we just talk about the first drive? The first drive, even though it settled in 3 points, was the best drive all game. All game. This is over the drive of Josh Downs' touchdown. And, like this whole game was just something that we could have figured was going to happen moving forward, but it's something that could have been erased. You know what I mean? Because like at the beginning, the tempo and everything was just smooth sailing. It was like it was too good to be true. And then we just got into this zone where we started to play hero ball and just went away from what was working. And that was pretty much legit the reason why we lost. We started panicking, we weren't taking our time, we were rushing, and to be honest, the screenplays on third down wasn't the reason. There was a lot of success out of those screenplays as well, but it's like go to what you know. You know what I mean? Gardner Minshew is a good backup quarterback, right? In my opinion, he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. But when it comes to him actually starting, it's something that that put fear in me. Like it's something that I don't really feel comfortable with. Of course, he doesn't have weeks to prepare for this and everything. All of these things are last minute options. When he played Baltimore, he didn't really prepare for that. Playing Jacksonville, he didn't really prepare for that. So hopefully next week he'll be better prepared and he'll come out swinging. Towards the end of the game, he's shown a little bit of life, but man, it was just so many passes where it was just like you didn't know why he was doing it, because when you look at it, even if you look at it on the all 22 film, there was nobody open. There were more Jaguar players than Colts players on those throws. And his last interception where he threw it, like there was nobody but a Jaguars defender in the area to catch the football. So it's like instead of you trying to make something out of nothing, why don't you just throw it out of bounds, right? Of course, I'm not a quarterback. This is me from a fan's perception, so please take it with a grain of salt and argue with a brick wall. But like from me watching the game, it's like towards the third quarter going into the fourth, I didn't have any type of faith of the Colts coming back to complete the win. I didn't. I was live streaming the game and I just turned it off because I just knew the game was over. Even after Josh Downs' touchdown, the Julius Brents interception, the game was over. It just wasn't enough to complete the comeback. Now the defense, granted, shown life. The pressure was there towards the end. I think Brents did a good job playing today. I will give him his flowers. He had some moments where it was like, all right, he's a rookie. But, having him on Ridley, like I mentioned, even when he was guarding Hopkins, I think that's a good matchup. I think he can do it. He was all over the field. He got his first pick today. He could have had one last week. But I love the effort that Brent showed today. The defensive line. Pressure was a thing that we had to put on Trevor Lawrence today. They did it towards the end of the game in the second half, but in the first half, it was just too easy. Too easy for Jacksonville. Like I said, Jacksonville could be 1-11. But if they got the Colts on the schedule next week, they're super confident in winning that game. It don't matter no matter what position the Jaguars are in season wise, but I feel like the Colts are the only team that could circle on their schedule and put a win on moving forward. And that's just ultimate confidence. I don't know why the Colts have this issue with Jacksonville every year. I really don't. It's very weird to me, no matter what position you're in. But this also goes to show if we had Anthony Richardson available for this game, it would not be the same. Arm strength was lacking this game. Ability to create something out of nothing was lacking this game. It's just all those things were missing. Alec Pierce had an amazing grab today. I hope he put the people that just said it needs to be moved from Indianapolis, because Alec Pierce shown life. You just needed a quarterback to give him the ball. Gardner Minshew was not anything of himself today, and that's fair to say. A lot of people like to blame Shane Steichen for it, but I think the play calls was great. I think the play calls was there to be made, but we just need the quarterback to make those plays. I think his game plan going into this game was more for Anthony Richardson than Gardner Minshew, if that makes sense. I truly do. I truly think it was for Gardner. I think it was for more for Anthony Richardson than Gardner Minshew, and that's why it didn't work the way it did. There were so many plays when Gardner Minshew would evade and run out the pocket and try to make something happen, and when it was just like throw the ball away, throw the ball away, just throw it away. Gardner Minshew threw the ball a lot today. One of the issues a lot of Colts fans I'm pretty sure are going to bring up is why didn't we run the ball? Gardner Minshew threw the ball about 50 times. We had Jonathan Taylor help to scratch. We had Zach Moss. He even scored today. But we just did not want to run the football. I think that was an issue. I think finding the balance, like I mentioned last week when we played Tennessee, you have to find your balance. And that is going to be an issue moving forward for the Colts on the offensive side. Now, the defense, of course, the soft coverages, we get it. That's something normal. Not blitzing a lot, that's normal. We get that. But for the offense to hit the next level, you have to find some type of balance between the run game and the pass game. You have Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor had a big catch earlier in the game where he's shown signs of life that he's his natural self. Now, why did we go away from that? I don't know. You had both those guys available. There was even a play when they both were on the field at the same time, and that's something that I wanted to see with Anthony Richardson, by the way, even though he's inactive. But you have a run game that can literally win you games. Now, if this was the postseason, this is something different. But you have a run game that can literally put you in position to win, time in and time out. You have your tight ends, you Granton, Ogletree. You have Will Mallory, who we missed, who had a big game his first debut, and you just didn't do it. You didn't go to the guys that can win you the game, and that paid a toll on your offense, and it showed. It showed, man. The defense gave you opportunities. You couldn't make up for it on offense, and you wind up losing the game. Now, of course, you had a chance to come back and win in the fourth, and which I thought would happen because I said in the first half, because the offense was so stale, I said the second half, we're going to have a chance to win. And, you had your opportunities, and you just did not do what you were supposed to do. You shot yourselves in the foot multiple times in the second half with the turnovers and the fumbles. I thought Josh Allen was going to have one of those games like he did against the Bills a few years back, but the offense just couldn't figure it out. I don't think the offensive line was the issue today. I think they played pretty decent. The defense, I think, had their moments. Shaquille Leonard, he looked like himself a little bit. Zaire Franklin did okay. Sampson was a dog. DeForest was a dog. EJ was okay, even though after the DeForest that pretty much set up the momentum for them to get their first points with the flag, with the neutral zone infraction. I think he had a pretty decent day. Brent had a day. Jalen Jones had some signs of life, even though they called that flag on him later on in the second half. But like I said, I think the defense had some moments. The offense was just the sole reason of why we could not get anything going. And that has to be adjusted. So hopefully next week they can get some more run game in and they'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, you just couldn't pull it out in Jacksonville. And the streak continues of when you just can't beat this team. But hopefully they can figure it out moving forward. Hopefully Gardner Mitchell will be more detailed and game plan going into next week. Hopefully he'll have a better outcome and be more prepared. Hopefully Shane has something for him. I know he will. But today was just a lesson to be learned moving forward. So hopefully they can figure it out. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been CultStalk.